moderators are already in the house. We are very gender sensitive. We have Anyako Caroline, KVR Radio. You raise your hand. Let us know. You are very beautiful, by the way. And then we have Peterson, the man himself. And then we have Evelyn Adoko Itiebenyo. Those are our moderators for tonight. That is the team in charge moderating as of today. Just a very, very quick announcement in regards to security. If you become a nuisance, they might ask you to go out. So let's respect one another and bring peace in our house. Is that okay? Thank you. I want to take this singular honor to actually recognize a number of good people, of goodwill, Mr. Deke, wherever you are, who are in the house. But again, protocol observed. I have the VIP in attendance tonight. I have, if there's no order here. There's no order. Order. Honorable B.O. Win, thank you very much for coming. Bearer. Yes, Lucifer, thank you very much. Where is he? Oh, yes, you're there. Thank you very much. We have, he's also in the house tonight. We also have Honorable Agwanyi David. Yes, he's also in the house tonight. We have also Osike Jonah Akelo, the bearer of a Chokchan. Thank you very much. We have also Honorable Elau, MP Aspirant Soroti City West, and Nup flag bearer in the house. We also have Honorable Onyai, should be Onyoit, and right here. Is in the house. Thank you very much, Honorable Onyoit. Thank you very much. Yes, that's the man here. And then, if I have just not mentioned your name, not because we do not want, but we shall get there as well. We also have, yes, I think this is done. Councillor Opio Dennis Enyaku, I said you just thank you very much. Who have I? She has this good looking lady. She has this good looking lady. But she is Mamulo Lenangera. The Konya Bodegoni Baike de Kara. Ijay Dari. Epot Linera Jo. Eponeon. Loy Losajo. Esmelon. Loy Konya Jo. Ijay Dari. Awanyong Mojatawa di Piti Pati Pata. Para Chayong Otweta. Epola Iterto Nabupi Hawaii Kobia Jora Ulega Sweta. You have the beauty, you have the money. Sweet, give you money. Go to Gucci, Yare Basaji. Motokangoni Vani go to Joe. Aronge Pua Mani, Konamina Jataronge Raifogo. Ida Juletin me to Hakanika, let me kinache botogo. Adanga to Mununi Dari Berogide. Kissina Vida just get a hipsy. She has a good looking lady. Lamuno Lenga. Down to Mununi Dari Berogide. Kissina Vida just get a hipsy. She has this good looking lady. But she is Mamuno Lenga.
Nigerian feeling, atoya lo chupa, to ma ceiling. This feeling too much, go de chalo mulo. Aka say start, aka big it up. Emo pita koi, ema like that. Emo chele lo kon, ma be ya no kon. E para that, e koria tulu kon. Aka say start, aka big it up. Picha me ti bore dada, baby let me know. You are the secret, mama needs to know. Hello bakina, and you kakina, yeah big girl, hello bakina. Kiyo looking at.
This is the corporate boy. DJ Simple Joel 256. DJ Simple Joel 256.
Kiyo looking at. Lo chupa. Kitora kinada, lo chupa. Kiyo looking at.
Oh my God. Thank you. I am. The very important persons for tonight are already in the house, all of them in number. And we'll be asking them to come through and take up their seats. We also want to recognize the presence of Honorable Orego Isaac, flag bearer NRM. Honorable Luangu Stephen, thank you very much for coming through. Thank you very much for coming through. This particular time, like said and done, we want to usher in the team that belongs behind me here. DJ, order in the house. Okay. Order in the house. We shall be calling our team one at a time. We shall begin from Apollo Priscilla. Kindly come and take up your seat. And then we shall have Amulo Emily, Sheila, come take up your seat one at a time. We shall have Honorable Agonyo, Juliet. We shall have Honorable Inachu Sarah. And eventually we shall have Honorable Alobo Joan. And that's in that order. Order. Order in the house, DJ. Order. Again. Ladies and gentlemen, watu toke lelo hapa hapa. Inapakinusberona inapakin. Inapakinusberona inapakin. Ngesi pupo na kirona jokuka noi noi. Inapakinos. Itapakinos esu. Elo munene kesi kwana, we'll be clapping for them. We usher them in, okay? These are all our sisters, by the way. So let's love them. The very way we've been loving them is very important. Honorable Apollo Priscilla, wherever you are, kindly come and take up your seat. Oh yes, let's clap for Honorable Apollo Priscilla, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. She's an independent candidate. Thank you very much for coming through. Kindly feel at home. May we have, DJ, hold on. May we have Honorable Amulo Emily Sheila come through as well. Thank you. While Amulo Emily Sheila is coming through, Honorable Agonyo Julia should also be getting ready to come through. And so is Inachu Sarah and then Alobo Joan. In that order. Again, I ask that let's maintain some order in the house. It is our very humble appeal. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Amulo Emily Sheila walking in gently and majestically to the podium here. Thank you. It's good to clap, by the way. Clapping is free of charge. It's good to appreciate. It's very, very important to appreciate. Thank you. Thank you.
King Studio.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next is Honorable Agonyo Juliet, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever she is, DJ, you can actually escort them in with that good music from Teso. There's the music there. Thank you. Honorable Agonyo Juliet coming in. After Honorable Agonyo Juliet, we shall be having Ina Chusara Honorable come through, and then eventually Honorable Alobo John. Ladies and gentlemen, let's maintain some peace in the house. Music DJ, as they come through. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have Honorable Ina Chusara come through. And then finally, after her, DJ. Thank you. Are we happy? Some order, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and finally, Honorable Alopo Joan. DJ, some music. DJ. Order in the house. We ask for order. Oh my God. I take care. Some order in the house. Some order in the house. Thank you. Okay, DJ, some music for Honorable Lobo John to come through, and we kick off with our program tonight. Thank you, DJ. Okay, order in the house. Let's take up our seats. Thank you. Let's take up our seats kindly. Can we have some order in the house? Some order in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, these are our panelists, woman member of Parliament, Soroti City. They are great women, women of love and care, and they have, every one of them at least has something for Soroti City. Our work tonight is to listen, and let's listen to it very, very carefully, and the judgment will be at your fingertip. Now, we will be, gentlemen, we're asking for some sanity in the house. Let's listen to this. My God. Okay, we shall be reading the profiles of the very important ladies before us tonight here. The first profile tonight is Amulo Emily Sheila. Political affiliation. She is an independent person. Sheila is a dedicated young leader, a community advocate from Soroti City. She previously served as a female youth councillor for 2016 to 2021 and Deputy Speaker of Soroti Municipal Council. A member of the Urban Speakers Association, she has been active in National Urban Governance Dialogue. She currently serves as the youth representative and Soroti City coordinator for the Patriotic League of Uganda, mobilizing young people and promoting patriotic community initiatives, now aspiring to become the woman member of Parliament for Soroti City. Ladies and gentlemen, Amulo Sheila. Order in the house. Our second profile for tonight. Are we there? Some order. Some order in the house. Wow. Some order kindly. The second profile is of Juliet Agonyo. A resident of Ajib Sel Kengere Ward, Eastern Division, Soroti City. Political affiliation, independent candidate, formerly FDC. Background and early life. Agonyo was born and raised in Soroti, where she began her education at Swaria Primary School. She developed early leadership skills and served as a head girl guide. She later joined Kira Primary School in Jinja, completing her primary leaving examinations in 1997. Can we have something in the house? She attended Alliance High School between 1998 to 2000, serving as a class captain, and later completed her O-level studies at Soroti Central Academy, now Soroti Central Secondary School. Education. She holds a Bachelor of Business Administration Management, Uganda Christian University, a Diploma in Public Administration and Management, Cavendish University, a Certificate in Public Administration and Management, Cavendish University, Political and Public Service Career. Current roles: Speaker, Soroti City Council, City Councillor, Soroti City, National Treasurer, Uganda Urban Council Speakers Forum. Past leadership positions: Division Councillor, East Division 2011 to 2021 rather. Speaker, East Division Council 2016 to 2021. Secretary General, Uganda Urban Council Speakers Forum. Volunteer Development Initiative International 2013 to 2016. Boards and committees: Board Member, Teso College Alawet, Board Member, Soroti School of Comprehensive Nursing and Midwifery, and also Chairperson, Appointments Committee Member, School Management Committee of Morapesul Primary and Swaria, Member, Urban Authorities Association of Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, Juliet Agonyo. Apollo Priscilla. Origin, Ajidik Village, Alawet Ward. Amen A. Political affiliation, independent. United States International University Africa, undergraduate studies, Makerere College School, Uganda Certificate of Education A-Level, Our Lady of Africa SS Mokono, Uganda Certificate of Education O-Level, St. Mary's Girls School, Form 1, Teso Primary School, Primary 2, Primary 7, King's Kid Nursery and Primary School, Baby Class and Primary 1. Work and volunteer experience, finance volunteer, USIU Africa Finance Office, supported finance team, operations, administrative tasks, gained exposure to university level finance procedures, intern, BRAC Uganda, accounts, finance department, assisted in accounts and finance operations, contributed to financial documentation and reporting, participated in community-based projects and community service initiatives, leadership experience, dormitory mother, prefect, Our Lady of Africa, SS Mokono, entrusted with leading from 6 girls while still in responsibility, maturity, and leadership potential. Family leadership, informal leadership. As the firstborn daughter and granddaughter, Priscilla has consistently taken on leadership roles with her family, influencing through responsibility, initiative, and so many of them. Ladies and gentlemen, those are people for tonight. Let's move on. Are we together? Okay. Honorable Alobo Joan. Order. Order now. Thank you. Education. Bachelor in Physical Planning, Makerere University. Postgraduate degree in Good Governance. Diploma in Land Surveying, Entebbe. Leadership certificate in the United Kingdom. Currently, she serves as a woman member of Parliament, Soroti City. She also served as a member in the Committee of Infrastructure in Parliament, member in the Committee of National Economy, a member in the Committee of HIV and other related diseases. School studied, order, Tororo Girls, UCE, Mora High School, USCE, Jamila Primary School, Nakatunya Primary School. Finally, we have, are we together? Honorable Sarah Inachu, the NRM flag bearer of Women Member of Parliament, Soroti City. She brings a strong academic and professional background grounded in education, human rights, and transformative community work. She holds a bachelor's degree in adult and community education from Chambogo University, equipping her with skills in community engagement, adult learning strategies, and sustainable development practices. She further advanced her expertise with a postgraduate diploma in human rights education from the Uganda Management Institute, UMI, strengthening her capacity in human rights promotion, civic awareness, and public policy advocacy. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, these are the most empowered women we have vying for the member of Parliament, Soroti City. Can we give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give them a round of applause, please. I want, therefore, to say this categorically. Categorically, we need order in the House. We need order in the House. All the honorables in the House, protocol observed, we recognize your presence. And now, I want to hand you over to my moderators for tonight. Let's have fun for God and my country, and you're all welcome. Thank you. Okay. We ask of some order in the house. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Soroti City Woman Member of Parliament debate. Tonight, we engage our aspirants in the national gender policy, budgeting, legislative priorities, and oversight matters that directly affect Soroti City and the Teso sub-region. To each candidate, we'll have 1 minute to answer each question. Now let us begin with the rules of engagement. Time and allocation. Each response, 1 minute. Rebuttals were allowed 30 seconds. Opening remarks, 1 minute. Closing statements, 1 minute. Now, speaking order, the moderator decides the time order and ensures fairness. Conduct rules, no personal attacks or insults. No interruption or no interrupting another candidate. You should stick strictly to the question being asked. Maintain respect for the audience and fellow aspirants. Campaigning, the campaigning slogans or chanting within the debate hall is prohibited. The audience rules. No cheering, shouting, or clapping during candidate responses. Phones on silent. Applause only allowed at introduction and conclusion. And the moderator's powers. The moderator may stop a candidate who goes off topic or exceeds time. The moderator ensures equal speaking time and enforces decorum. Only the moderator may ask follow-up questions. Now, why do you think you are the best candidate? I begin with you, Honorable Priscilla. Why do you think you're the best candidate?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the question, and thank you for all the opportunity. Good evening to everyone. I think that I'm the best candidate because when we look at the statistics of Uganda and the world, we have the youngest population and second youngest in the and me falling in the 72% of the youngest population in the world, I understand the problems that come with being at the age of 18 to 30. That means I would be the best to actually help the young people in this city to hold their hands to be able to achieve the aspirations and dreams they have. Because quite a number of times they could have dreams, but because they don't have someone to listen to them or to hold their hand while they want to achieve those dreams, it's hard for them to be able to achieve those dreams. And when you look at the land or the city of Soroti, we have the highest rate of teenage pregnancies, ranking the second in the entire country. And that's an issue of concern, and it means we need a matriarch in this city to help the young girls, to be there for them and to talk to them, to actually be there and they look at you and also feel inspired to be better women. And then when we look at I'm also an open-minded person. I understand that leadership.
Time up.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Priscilla. Let me hear from Honorable Sheila. The same question, why do you think you are the best candidate?
I thank you very much. Once again, my name is Amulo Emily Sheila. I'm an aspirant for Woman Member of Parliament for Soroti City. My ticket is independent and my symbol is a ball. I would briefly want to go through my education background, then I'll answer you. I hold a bachelor's degree in business administration, and I also hold a diploma in business administration. I also have a certificate from the International Center of Legal Democracy, that is under the Swedish. My A-level, I went to Highfield High School of East Africa in Gayaza. My O-level was in St. Bali Kudembe, SS Mitala Maria. And my primary, I studied in Nkoyo Boarding Primary School, Matale. Why I think I'm the best candidate for this position.
Okay, I request you to proceed.
Thank you very much, our moderator. Why I think I'm the best candidate for this position is, one, I am a tested leader. With the profile you just had, I previously served as the youth councillor for Soroti municipality, and while in council, I had the privilege to serve as the deputy speaker. So with that leadership background, I have a lot on table to offer. I bring in good leadership and governance in Soroti City. Born and raised in Central Ward, Soroti City is faced with a number of challenges. One of them to cite out is the challenge of education. Soroti City has 25 wards. And in the 25 wards, the challenge with education is some of our primary schools within the city have dilapidated structures. So if you give me the mandate to go to Parliament and represent you, my people of Soroti City, I'll ensure that some of these structures are renovated. For example, we have Pioneer Primary School, Swairia Primary School, and Morapesu Primary School, to mention but a few.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, let me hear from Honorable Juliet.
Thank you very much. Allow me right on the already observed protocol. My name is Juliet Agonyo, but before I go on to really inform the audience the reason as to why I think I am the most suitable candidate. Within us here, I have my husband. It is very, very important that I introduce him. Mr. Tom Etoba, where are you? That is my Muse, That is the father to my children. Thank you very much. Now, why I think I am the suitable candidate? One, the ability. Juliet Agonyo is a good orator. I am very fluent, as you can hear. I speak English, I speak Ateso, I speak Kiswahili, and Kumam also. Two, why I think I am the best candidate, the experience that I have. I've been serving in local government since 2011. So meaning the experience that I have had for 15 years is just enough to take me to parliament to articulate the national issues that affect our people. Thirdly, the exposure that I have had, I have led, as you heard earlier on from my profile, I have led also in several associations, like we have the Uganda Urban Council Speakers Association, where I started in 2016. I was serving as the General Secretary in that association. And then right now, I am serving as the National Treasurer for Uganda Urban Speakers Association. Then I am also a member of the Urban Authorities Association in Uganda.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, Honorable Juliet. Why do you think you're the best candidate, Honorable Sarah?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, fellow candidates, MP aspirants, distinguished moderators, our viewers who are here with us, and our viewers who are online following us. My name is Sarah Inachu. I am the woman member of Parliament, Soroti City NRM flag bearer by the grace of God. I am here to justify the reason why I feel it deems fit for me to be the best candidate to represent the people of Soroti City in the Parliament of Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the only woman amidst my fellow friends here who has gone through an internal democratic process. I am the only woman who has passed through democratic hands to be elected as the leader. Indeed, it is an exhibition of the will of the people and the will of God. In regard to the Constitution of Uganda, Article 1, it clearly states that power belongs to the people. And indeed, people of Soroti City have demonstrated their democratic rights that happened during the internal democratic process 2 months ago. Ladies and gentlemen, all of us know that God uses time and season to execute his will. There is no doubt, therefore, that I am the only woman who has passed through a democratic process, qualifying me to be an NRM flag bearer, a party that respects democracy, a party that respects human rights.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sarah. Why do you think you are the best candidate, Honorable Joanne?
Thank you very much. Dear moderators, a good evening to everyone. Protocol observed. Why I think I am the best candidate is because I am consistent, I am persistent, I am resilient, I am honest, I am fearless, and I stand firm to speak for the people. I am the voice of the people. I have been standing because I feel for the people. I have had experience for the last 5 years in Parliament, 4.5, and that qualifies me to be again the next MP for Soroti City, because I fully understand the core roles of a member of parliament as our country pursues. I am the only lady who knows how to breastfeed 2 children at the same time. I have twins and therefore I can breastfeed Soroti East and Soroti West at the same time without selecting which one takes the greatest percentage. I therefore encourage everybody here, including all of us watching me, that Achom Alobo Joan is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that session, Carol. I want to ask the audience to maintain silence. Please, as you shout, you distract your colleagues from listening. It's important to maintain silence. Security is identifying some of you and you'll be thrown out if you don't maintain order. Thank you. In this session, we have questions. Each of you will answer one question. We will introduce, I think, the candidates who are not here. My name is Peterson. Here we are going to address issues of gender because the position is woman member of parliament. Candidate Priscilla, what strategies will you use to effectively advocate for women's rights in parliament? You have 2 minutes to give us your response.
Thank you very much for that question. The strategies I would use to advocate for women's rights in parliament would be by following first of all, following the Constitution of Uganda in regards with the rights that women have. But also when we look at the economy of our city, Soroti City in particular, we find that we are still lagging behind when it comes to the businesses that our mothers are taking care of in order to support their families. So in a bid to what if for their rights, I would be in a position to help them and advocate for them to be getting funding, especially with the businesses they have, to ensure that their livelihood improves. And also when we look at the girl child, being that we have the highest rate of teenage pregnancies in the entire country, we are being ranked second. It means we would advocate for the girl child to stay at school, following the education rules that have been set by the government in the Constitution, for them to also stay at school, but also to create a place where a girl child is also provided with free sanitary towels or sanitary towels at a low rate for her to be able to stay at school.
Thank you. I needed to hear a strategy in parliament. Address yourself to parliament. These issues, yes, you will do that, but the strategies that you'll use in the parliament to achieve what you are doing.
I would work hand in hand with the people in parliament who are responsible for ensuring that the girl child is taken care of. That's what I would do.
Is that all? Thank you. Let me get... Please, maybe we'll come and check this microphone. DJ, thank you. Let me get to candidate Amulo, Sheila. Candidate Sheila, what apps? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Please, candidates, I know your agents are here. Control your funds. They are in clusters, and it is easy to know whose supporters they are. So please, take charge. If not, we are going to take a very difficult decision of evicting the supporters of a particular candidate and the candidate, because you are failing the debate. We know who exactly you are supporting and where you are. So security will throw all of you out. That's what we are going to do. This is an intellectual debate. This is not a rally. Please sit. Let's proceed well. And that is the last warning. We are going to throw you out. That's the next thing we shall do. And for that matter, candidate Joanna Lobo,
Check. Back one, check. Check, back one, check.
Selected. Well,
thank you, thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Before the technical issue we had, we are making a communication on order. And I was asking candidate Joanna Robo to control your supporters. Candidate Sarah Inachu, control your supporters. And the candidate Juliet Agonyo. We are giving you 5 minutes, you the three, to control your supporters, if we shall proceed. Let your agents come, communicate to them before we can proceed. If we are going to fail on order, we shall not proceed. So you have 5 minutes to control your supporters. Communicate to them. Your agents, you know where they are. Please speak to them to control your supporters. You have 5 minutes before you can proceed.
Frank, where are you? Please come over. Eliku Frank, come over.
Abdul, please, can you kindly control our team?
It is important that we have order for us to proceed well. So we get to Amulo Sheila. This is your question. What gaps still exist in policy or legislation concerning women's rights? The gaps that exist and how, when you get to Parliament, how you'll address those gaps.
Thank you very much, moderator. Allow me right on the protocol that was already observed. How will I bridge the gaps of the women, as you said, in Parliament? One, I would want to advocate for gender-based violence, because women are faced with a lot of challenges. Back here, you get to realize that our mothers are playing the role of staying in the kitchen, and they're not actually being given the platforms we are being given here today to sit and discuss and talk about issues. I would want to advocate in the floor of Parliament that at least let the grassroots women also be brought on board. By minimizing gender-based violence, this calls upon all the men, our fathers out there, to value our mothers by not battering women. So if I went to Parliament, I would want to table that on the floor of Parliament, that women are the mothers of the nation, and women are supposed to be respected. So their rights are not supposed to be violated. That is what I'll do when I go to Parliament. I beg to submit.
Thank you. I didn't hear any gap in a policy.
Thank you very much, moderator. The gaps in the policy, I'll write on the government policies that are favoring the women. One of them I talked about is gender mainstreaming, because our government actually protects the rights of the women. So what would I do in terms of policy? Legislate in Parliament and ensure that women issues are addressed in terms of policy. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Candidate Sarah Inachu, where do you see the biggest challenges in mainstreaming gender? Putting that in mind that when we get to Parliament, you will be the woman member of Parliament, and gender mainstreaming is a key issue. Where do you see the biggest challenges?
Thank you very much. If I'm to respond the question you asked of the strategies that will be used to advocate for women's rights in Parliament. First of all, before I answer that question, allow me to appreciate in a very special way the NRM government for putting on across a level platform for women emancipation. As you all see today, women have been put in a platform that has cemented them in the pillars of national development of this country. Categorically, clearly, women are voicing more than, and evidence is in our land so that today we have the Vice President as a woman, we have the Speaker of Parliament as a woman, and we have the Prime Minister as a woman. All those are the attributions of the NRM government putting in affirmative action for women emancipation. However, there are still existing gaps among the women, including education gaps and health gaps. If given the platform and the mandate, I will mandatory play my key role of legislation and representing the voices of women in the floor of Parliament by addressing their concerns respectively and seeing how solutions are provided. Sarah Inachu, being a student...
Candidate Sarah, address the challenges in mainstreaming gender. Yes, that you will do, yes, thank you. But the question is, we want to see how the challenges in mainstreaming gender.
As I highlighted, among them is education. There is still high rate of childbirth and women dropouts. I would advocate for a comprehensive platform to see how sensitization will be improvised to the girl child and women in Soroti City. And with the background that I was a government student who went on government scholarship, I will also advocate for scholarship for children and girls who are really suffering here in Soroti while in the floor of Parliament. There is still a challenge of health here in Soroti. And we all see how voicing out the issue of Soroti Referral Hospital is a challenge. But if given the mandate, surely I will advocate for the apprehension and rehabilitation of health here in Soroti by putting on board a very well-equipped, fully facilitated health hospital here in Soroti.
Thank you on the issue of health. Thank you. Time is up anyway. Candidate Joan Alobo, this is for you because you are the incumbent. And putting in mind that you are the incumbent, there are also issues of accountability. Apart from telling us what you will do because you've been in Parliament since 2021. How does cross-party collaboration strengthen the push for gender-responsive legislation? And noting that you were a staunch opposition leader.
Thank you very much, Bwana Moderator. Cross-party collaboration, first of all, is a collaboration that puts all the interests of everybody, including women, youth, and men. It doesn't just deal with one party, and in that, we must first attend to the budgetary and interests of the citizens in a whole, ahead of the party divisions. As we budget for these best analyzed people, gaps that
that need to be addressed. When we, the cross-party collaboration is one of the strongest engines that are behind gender-responsive legislation. You realize that in Parliament, we have had groups and associations and women organizations that come to push for gender-responsive legislation. One of them in the umbrella of women in Parliament is UOPA, the Uganda Women Parliamentary Associations, where when we get into any gender-responsive legislation, we sit as a team of women in Parliament, talk about this activity, and then get into the team to try and convince able men and responsible men who are ready to support the women in this agenda. We have also collaborated with women in different organizations. When you talk of WIONET, that is the Uganda Women Network, these are all advocating for the budgetary increment and participation on the women responsive legislation. These umbrellas are cross-party collaboration.
Thank you for the answer. Now that you are the incumbent, maybe you tell us what did you do in UOPA, UANET, in a minute? Any achievements you have in those areas?
In UOPA, it's a collaborative body that deals with all gender activities. When we rise up, when one woman rises up on a health maternal matter, you realize that all women come in and support that woman. We do not boo at fellow women. Women encourage their fellow women on the floor of Parliament. As WOPA, we have managed to encourage and strengthen women. Even at my age, we encourage the women. We have moved bills on gender-based situations, gender-responsive legislation. We have pushed on bills on health. When you realize that a Lobo has woken up and spoken on this, it's not a mandate that any other woman should dispute. You realize that when I stood up on the justice for our young girl who was battered in Soroti here, a whole system of women in Parliament stood up and supported the idea. That is what we call UOPA, Forward, and UIONET. All came in and supported us.
Thank you so much. And we get to candidate Juliet Agonyo. How do you plan to deal with gender perspectives in bills and the committee debates? Look at the bills and the committee debates, the issues of integrating gender perspectives. There are many laws that Parliament passes. How do you plan to deal with those issues of gender in that process?
Thank you very much. One, being a member of Parliament, you are not only going to advocate for the rights of women. When you're in Parliament, you are advocating for the rights of every Ugandan. So when you talk about being in a committee, because in committees, these are these are areas where matters are discussed, scrutinized in depth before they go to the main house. So meaning if I am a member of a committee that is responsible for gender issues, I will advocate for policies that favor the rights of women. When you look at the way women are treated, especially the widows are very, very vulnerable people. They are mistreated once their spouses pass on. So meaning that we need inclusiveness in the laws, in the bills that we make, that protects this woman who has lost the husband. Number two, we have women who are working in offices. But remember, a woman remains a woman. A woman is a mother. That is why we are called mothers to the nation, because we give birth to life. This baby who remains at home, we have seen in several occasions, babies are battered by the house helpers, by the house managers, when the mother is not aware. And if we the mothers, when we go to parliament, if tomorrow you give me the mandate to go to parliament, I will advocate for the law that protects this baby here. These babies need to be put in a special place, such that when the mother is legislating, this baby is secured. Such that when the mother is in the office doing work for this nation, the baby is protected.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Maybe just a rejoinder of that. You are the Speaker of Soroti State Council. Do you have any success stories on issues of gender in Soroti State Council?
Yes. We have a successful story in regards to the girl child. There are so many children, the girls especially, who have attempted to drop up to school, but we have engaged them in several occasions, and we put them in a training of, we have put them in the skilling hub, whereby they have attained the skill to make them move on as the people who were almost dropping out of school.
Thank you so much. I now get to Evelyn, and Evelyn will be handling budgeting and appropriation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my colleagues and the candidates. My name is Evelyn Adwoko, like they had introduced me earlier, and I will be handling the issues of budgeting and allocation. We know that is one area that is very critical in Parliament when it comes to sharing the national cake. So I want to begin with the candidate Amulo Emily Sheila. As we look at the issues of budgeting, how will you ensure that the national budget addresses the specific needs of women in Uganda? Because these are things we will be discussing at the floor of Parliament, but also focusing on where you represent, especially Soroti City, where you're coming in as a candidate.
I thank you very much, moderator, once more. Focusing on budgeting and looking forward to the women. What I'll do if I'm given the mandate to represent my dear people of Soroti is I would advocate on the floor of Parliament that during the budgeting process, the women are not
maybe you can proceed.
Yeah, thank you once more. During the budgeting process, I would advocate that being a woman myself, women should be budgeted for in a way that during the allocation of the national cake, women through the... Should I proceed, moderator?
Please go ahead, proceed.
Aware of the existing groups that we have of women. We have the UWEP, that is the Uganda Women Entrepreneurship Program. I would advocate that during the allocation and budgeting process, such groups mob funding is added to those groups. Why do I say so? If more funding is added to the web, to mention but a few, to the web project, it will help sustain the livelihoods of our mothers out there. Because you get to realize that women are always in the kitchen. Women are faced with challenges of upbringing of children. Women are faced with challenges of being, most especially with the Uganda of today, the breadwinners in the homes, though the men also play their role. So such initiatives, I would ensure that while in Parliament, groups like UWEP should be, more funding should be given to such groups, such that women are empowered
Thank you. Your time is up for now. We'll come back later. Let me get to Honorable candidate Nachisara. Still on the same question, I would like to you to explain to the audience here how you will ensure that the national budget addresses the specific needs of women of Soroti City. Because we understand that, yes, there has been budget allocations, but how will you ensure that in each sector, issues of women are really catered for in the budget fully, to the extent that we see women benefiting from these budget allocations?
Thank you very much.
Help us on that microphone.
As we all know that the Parliament of Uganda plays.
Thank you.
As we all know that the Parliament of Uganda plays a very crucial role in approving and allocation of budgets at its fundamental mandate. There is need therefore to scrutinize the allocation of such resources to fit into the development of some sectors that really enhance the apprehension of various sectors here in Soroti City. And my focus surely would be targeted and geared towards majorly two categories here in Soroti, and that is the youth and the women. I would therefore be that voice that lobbies for the people of Soroti City, particularly the women, by ensuring that there is proportionate allocation of those resources to suit or to be disseminated, to be acquired by the women of Soroti City to support their groups, and particularly women in the market, women who are in business, and women who have small circles. I would also fight to advocate for the youth, because these are the projects that surely fight idleness and enable our youth to gain and obtain quality life. Majorly, those are the two areas that I will advocate for in the floor of Parliament.
By the youth, do you mean the female, the girls, or generally the youth?
There has been a problem on imbalancing. As a mother, I would look at both the female and the male youth to benefit from this development agenda.
Okay, thank you. Let me go to candidate Alobo Joan. Still on the issues of the national budget that addresses specific needs of children, I would like to bring your attention to issues of agriculture. We understand that in 2003, there was an African Union Declaration in the assembly that happened in Maputo, and the declaration clearly said that there should be a 10% allocation to the agriculture sector. And we understand that by the UBOS statistics of 2024, 77% of the women in Uganda were in the agriculture sector. Now, you have been participating in the budget process of the country. I want to know, how will you ensure that these budget allocations really will address the specific needs of the women?
Thank you very much.
Because it seems this has not been, obeyed. We have seen the agriculture sector getting almost less than 3% in the budget allocation. And yet this was a commitment by each African state to ensure they put 10% allocation.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. In the first place, we all know that agriculture has been the backbone for Uganda from time memorial, and Uganda has been a food basket for many of our East Africa and Central Africa regions. It's actually something that is ongoing. I am pleased to inform you that we are actually handling the
Please go ahead. Yeah, I think you're.
We are actually now handling the issue and
I think you're clear now.
we are actually advocating that government removes or completely reduces taxes on women, especially the low-income women communities, to provide for incentives to empower them as we lift them out of the poverty level in Uganda. We have also, when you look at the PDM money, in that PDM, we made sure we advocated that women must get at least 30% of the whole PDM money. So this 30% is basically to uplift a common woman who is living under the level of the highest poverty. Even if this woman is practicing agriculture, this 30% has been awarded to these women, and they are able to use this money to ensure that they practice the agriculture. One of the most things we are actually advocating for as women is also to ensure that the modern irrigation schemes come down to the communities where we are practicing agriculture. And we all know that women will be able to use this water vis-a-vis the rain feed water that comes once in a while. So the irrigation schemes is underway. Whatever we are planning is actually, I am very glad for this question because it is underway. It is something within our committee of our national economy and infrastructure. We're actually handling this, that women should be able, the irrigation scheme specifically, to ensure that we manage to handle.
But also there has been, complaints on the cost of having that project. If you look at it in a rural setting, most of the women cannot afford. There is a certain percentage that you're supposed to contribute, and there are also other conditions. You must be near a water source, and these other things that come with, having that irrigation scheme in your area. How will you ensure that this really can go to every local woman who may not be able to raise probably 70% of what the irrigation scheme is demanding us for now?
We are actually advocating for government to fully participate in providing this irrigation scheme. Uganda is a very rich country. We have water, and for that reason, enough water. In the last sitting when we had in our committee, we actually realized that Uganda has enough money, and it is our push to ensure that Uganda and the government ensure that each and local low-income person gets the irrigation scheme. We are actually pushing for the lowest or a free irrigation line that passes along those areas where these gardens are going to be situated. And I'm very sure we pay a lot of taxes, and that is why we are advocating for a give back to the community that cannot afford this money. The taxes we pay should be able to be used to ensure that this irrigation scheme reaches to the lowest person on ground.
Thank you so much. I want to go to candidate Juliet Agonyo. As we still look at, I like how you gave us the background of your work at the council. And now when we talk about the national budget, I would like to hear from you as well on the issues of, your role in ensuring that the budget addresses the specific needs of women. And I would really wish you focus on the budgeting that goes to the health issues of the women in this country. If you went to the hospital now, you realize that it is more women who visit the hospital compared to the men. Not that the men are not sick, but women come in with children and other issues of health that affect them. And we've always had the issues of having medicines in the hospital, drug stock out. How will you ensure that the budgets that will come in will really not have those issues affected in the health facilities where the women go for medication?
Thank you very much, moderator. First of all, I would like to inform the audience that women are the most vulnerable people, and we are too many. Women hold a big number in this country, and I am equally a candidate of the main hospital. We have always moved there, but the situation in the main hospital is not okay. It is alarming. When you look at the labor suit for women, you cannot want to be there. Me, when tomorrow I go to parliament, when I become a member of parliament, number one, issues of women must be addressed in health, because that is where it starts from. We have had so many women die in labor suits. We have had so many children die during the delivery, just because of lack of certain equipments in the labor suit. So me, as a member of parliament, I will advocate for more money to be put in the health sector to cater for both women and men. Just because when we all fall sick, we all go to the hospital and we desire the good treatment, quality treatment from our hospitals. Most of us pay taxes, but when you see what is in the hospital, it's not what we deserve. So therefore, government should refocus and look at the hospital, look at the health sector on how it can be improved. So for me, I will be advocating for a higher budget for the health sector.
Thank you. Let me go to candidate Priscilla Apollot. As the woman member of parliament who will be participating in this budget process, how will you ensure that the budget allocation really focuses and addresses the specific needs of women?
I believe the best way I would do that would be firstly to come down to the local person and actually understand the needs on ground. As a woman MP for Soroti City, it would mean, since I'm standing for these women in parliament, and I want their needs to be put in the budget while allocating for the resources, that means I would come and interact with the chairpersons that are responsible for women in the various wards in the city and see what needs that the women in the various parts of the city have, and ensure that while advocating for their issues to be put maybe more money, I know what is actually on ground. Because if I just say, for health, I would want this to be allocated, or for business, without first of all interacting with them, then it would be hard for me to advocate with the knowledge of what is on ground. So that's why I would just work with the people and then advocate for more money to be allocated to women depending on the problems that we have. If it's education, maybe more scholarships. If it's health, more money for health facilities. If it's business, more money for business. If it's agriculture, then more money for agriculture. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's move to the last one now for this session. That is Honorable Sarah Inacho. Still looking at the same question how you will ensure that the budgeting process focuses on the specific needs of women.
Thank you very much. As earlier on highlighted in the previous submission, I will still carry it on my role as a legislator. And indeed, if I'm mandated with a task, it is basically voicing out the challenges that face women in the floor of parliament. But this can be very effective after scrutinizing those key challenges, those key problems that affect our women, such that by the time you go to represent the issues in parliament,
maybe you can highlight on a few, one or two challenges that you think you can focus on when you are doing this discussion.
There's high rate of poverty, household poverty among the women of Soroti City. We also have a very big challenge in health. The women of Soroti have challenge with accessibility of good health here in Soroti. And therefore, those are among the issues that are surely lay in the floor of parliament to ensure that when there is budget allocation, those are the fundamental issues that must be addressed. And it's very possible with effective representation.
Currently, the theme of the NRM is protecting our gains. Where do you think, where is this poverty coming from, especially when you look at the women? Because I believe by now we already have some gains that the women are proud of protecting.
Mandatory as a legislature, you are supposed to sensitize the community. You're supposed to sensitize the women and men on the government programs, government initiatives that benefit the grassroots people. But there is a problem with leadership gap, that the people, the grassroots people, are not sensitized. They are not able to know these government programs that benefit them and makes their lives tangible. I will play my part and align my intentions with the government for my people to benefit. A case in point, we have programs like GROW that are intended to give women loans that will change their livelihood and boost up their businesses. But there's a problem with disseminating information down to the grassroots women to know the benefits and how to gain from government programs.
Thank you. We shall come back to that after this session. Let me move on to the next session.
Thank you. Now, you take us through. The next session is about the legislative agenda.
Thank you very much. I would like to come to you, Candidate Sheila. What will be your top 3 priorities, legislative priorities for Soroti City during your term?
I thank you once more, moderator. The top 3 priorities, if given the mandate to represent Soroti City in Parliament, are 1, I would prioritize health. Soroti City is faced with the challenge of health. You get to realize that we have Soroti Referral Hospital, but we need a revamp of Soroti Referral Hospital. Our beds at the hospital cannot suit and fit the population we have to deal with Soroti City. So I would ensure that more beds and equipment, not forgetting more funding should be added such that Soroti Referral Hospital is expanded. Because Soroti Referral Hospital has been the same right from the time I was born as a child. I was actually a product of that hospital. But sometimes you get our mothers lying on the floor. We don't have enough beds. So I'll advocate that at least a more number of beds should be brought to our referral hospital such that our mothers are taken care of while they are attending to their patients at the hospital. This actually helps us minimize on scenarios of our attendants falling sick because they do not have proper facilities to sleep at the main hospital. I would also want to re-echo on another facility at the hospital. We don't have the fridge. The mortuary only has one fridge that is... Moderator, can I please proceed? The crowd. I beg to be listened to.
Candidates, try to talk to your supporters, please.
So the fridge isn't enough for us for the population of Soroti City. So I would advocate in the floor of Parliament that the mortuary should be equipped with more fridges such that when we lose our dear ones, they have a better place and a fridge to be kept in. Another issue I'd focus on is education.
Okay, time is up. Time is up. Thank you very much, Honorable Sheila. Let me hear from candidate Juliet. What do you propose as the TESO legislative agenda?
Thank you very much. To me, as a candidate, when I become a woman member of parliament, number one, I would advocate for education for the TESO, and this one will be done through the office of our Emorimor, which will be helping us as a key stakeholder and also a father to the people of TESO. So education is key. Number one, when we talk about education, that is the backbone of every country. So therefore, education is key in the way that I would advocate for one, for scholarships, and then two, I would advocate for more funding for the construction of the teacher's house, and then also increase in the classes to the schools. Number two, I would go to community empowerment, that is advocating for more funding in terms of grants to these groups, because we have already established groups like for women, youth, older persons, PWDs, and then the other one is entrepreneurial skills for the youth, those ones who dropped from school, those ones who are passionate in areas that they may be able to do. Like we have so many things that youth can do. Youth can do bricklaying, youth can do the other things of maybe shoe mending, a lot of things the youth can do them. So I would be advocating for a skilling hub, a skilling center that can help us to have our youth. Like for us here in Soroti City, we have the street kids. How we help the street kid? That street kid did not come there on his or her own, but it's because of the mismanagement from home, the misbehaviors, maybe there was domestic violence at home. That is the reason as to why the child decides to leave home. So why wouldn't I, being a mother, have these children, put them together and have them do something that can help them in their future? Lastly, I would also focus on health. Health is key also.
Time is up. Thank you very much. Now let me hear from Honorable Joanne. What will be your top 3 legislative priorities?
Thank you very much. My top 3 legislative priorities are actually ongoing, and part of them, one of them is as well on health, where from day one, when I joined Parliament in 2021, I started advocating for our regional referral hospital. In that, I made sure with my colleagues, we managed to lobby for machine equipments that have never existed in Soroti for the last 35 years. We have managed to bring the CT scan. We have managed to bring the X-ray machine. The modern scans are now at the main hospital. We are now remaining with something that I want to push on to ensure that our main hospital is revamped and ensured that we have all the wards. It's actually it's a budget ongoing that our hospital is supposed to be a storage and is supposed to be revamped. We need to push for that particular activity. But meanwhile, we have managed to fill the gap. I have managed to follow up to fill the gap to ensure that these machines come on board to avoid our people being pushed to Mbale, Matai for some of these machines. One of them is our education sector. I made sure I prioritized education sector, and I pushed personally to ensure that our public schools are funded by government. As we speak, in 2022-3, Aloet Primary School was awarded 300 million for improvement in order to have the structures built. As I speak, Soroti Dam has already been given as well 300 million for a facelift. And as I speak, Soroti SS is in the process. We have already allocated it, and it's going to be awarded 2 billion shillings by January, February, March. So that has been part of my interest to ensure that we have the education uplifted. And that is not ending there. All our public primary schools and secondary schools have been put in the budget to ensure that they all get this 300 million. And
okay,
that
thank you. Thank you very much.
Initiative.
Thank you very much, Honorable Joanne. Honorable Sarah, what do you propose as the TESO legislative agenda?
Thank you very much, distinguished moderator. Among my legislative agenda, I will front so much the health sector. We're all aware that Soroti Referral Regional Hospital is one that serves the whole of TESO and encompasses over 10 districts. But the blessing is we have been given space by Soroti University. Among my first agenda, I will make sure that I will lobby and make sure that that pledge is fulfilled by building a special hospital in Soroti University that will serve the purpose of TESO and TESO agenda to apprehend the health of the people. We have challenges in Soroti Referral Hospital with all what has been spoken, but the space is very small to serve the TESO agenda. I will therefore be the voice that speaks for Soroti City and on the health sector to make sure that Soroti University indeed, that construction takes place, that we may have a well-equipped hospital in Soroti City. Number two, I'll still go back to education sector. Being a product of UPE and USA and was among the best performers that got a scholarship to go on government scholarship, I will revamp the education sector of Soroti City to suit back the glory that TESO and Soroti was once spoken about. Aware that the education has dropped down in Soroti because of poor leadership. There is a very big gap of leadership and education because of a lack of communication. I will revamp all the UPE schools to suit the standard of comprehensive accredited schools. How will I do that? Through benchmarking. I would benchmark from other schools in Kampala.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Carol. Now we get to the role of an MP of oversight. It's one of the roles. And we want to understand how you, the candidates, when you get to Parliament, how will you effectively play the oversight role? And I'll start with candidate Juliet Agonyo. How will you effectively carry out the oversight role as a member of Parliament in Soroti City?
Thank you very much, our dear moderator. One, let me take you through the roles of a member of Parliament. One is representation, Two is appropriation, which we are done. And then finally, there is an oversight role. For us as politicians, as leaders, the law mandates us, after you are done with the passing policies, your work is to monitor and make sure that all the activities, all the projects that you passed as council or as parliament are implemented to date. So therefore, me as Agonyo Juliet, when I become a member of parliament, how I will be doing my oversight role, one, the law allows me to come, have engagement with technical people together with the politicians of the lower local level, look at all the activities, because one, I sit, being an MP, you are an ex-officio of your local government. So meaning by the time you're seated there as an ex-officio, you are able to recognize and also appreciate the efforts that all whatever council passed has been duly done. And then two, you have also to update, me as a member of parliament, I have to update the local council that I represent of the bills that we have passed as parliament and those ones that are in the processes. So that will be my work as I do my oversight role.
Thank you. That will be your work. But then, Soroti City is what you understand very well. How effective, what kind of oversight will you do to ensure Soroti City performs better?
The oversight role that I will be doing is that our projects are, the projects that government gives are done in a good way, according to the BOQs. Two, I'll make sure that all the money has been exhausted into the projects that the government has injected money in.
Thank you. Candidate Amulo, how effective will you ensure that the oversight role of an MP produces results in Soroti City?
I thank you very much, moderator. Allow me first go through the roles of a member of parliament. One of them is representation, law and policy making, and then legislature and the oversight role. Not forgetting budgeting and the planning and budgeting appropriation. What will be my role of oversight? One is holding the executive accountable. The executive is supposed to be accountable to the people, and that is the role that I'll play by holding them accountable to us, the people. The second point I would want to do is conducting investigations. What do I mean by conducting investigations? Coming on board to conduct investigations, especially on matters that arise. For example, corruption. This we all witnessed. When I was in council, we had issues under the projects of the USMID, the roads. Those are basically the areas of focus in terms of oversight. Because as a member of parliament, my role will be to ensure that the services are rendered closer to the people, especially as my mandate I beg to submit.
Thank you. Candidate Priscilla. The problems of Soroti City are clear, which I guess you understand. How will you carry the oversight role to ensure there is better service delivery in Soroti City?
Thank you so much. I just wanted to ask one question before I can answer this. How come I was skipped when we were giving the legislative priorities? Let me answer this.
Okay.
The way I would ensure that I do oversight well would be by also visiting the site, especially with the projects that are given and that I know the funding has been released for them. As an MP, I shouldn't just sit and receive reports that this has been done, this is being done. I should be able to go to the field where the work is being done and ensure it's actually ongoing. And then the second thing would be transparency and accountability, which would be my idea of transparency and accountability is the people who are stakeholders in ensuring those projects are implemented would have to be before the people and give accountability of how the projects have gone, what they have actually achieved in doing those projects, and where they have reached. So that it's not just giving only me accountability, since this thing is the city's entire thing. It's not just about me, it's the entire people of Soroti City. So I beg to submit that.
Thank you. You as well give us your agenda. We apologize for that. I don't know how, yes, for that. But what will be your priorities? Legislative priorities for Soroti City?
Thank you. My priorities would be industrial development. As we can see, we've been given the city, but in the city we have so much of unemployment and idleness. That's why we have a high crime rate. But if we can have our industries developed, and that now tags to the agriculture sector. Our agriculture is just basically production, but we are not adding value to what we are producing. And so I would want to lobby for funding for value addition. And that means would have grinding mills for various crops that we produce, because we have a lot of cereals, but we haven't really added value to most of our cereals. We just do produce and that's it. And then when we look at how the world is going, we have technology and innovation. I would push for more funding to be allocated to the innovations of the young people when it comes to their technology and innovation projects. And then economic empowerment. I would also push for more funding for the business people, and including the women and the youth. So thank you.
Thank you. Let me get to candidate Joan Alabo. We shall ask how you've done oversight, because you are the incumbent, not what you will do. Since 2021, how effective has been your oversight role? Maybe what have you done in that regard of oversight?
Thank you very much, Bwana Moderator. As per oversight, it's a continuous story, which I have done from 2020 and 2021 to date. One of the biggest oversights I managed to do, and which was very, very successful, is one other than the PDM oversight. I have held barazas over PDM. I held one in Obuku at Soroti West, then I held one at Soroti East Division offices, whereby me and the former RRCC, Edwin, yes, Bwana Edwin, made sure we attended, educated people, sensitized people, and ensured that even those who were on wrong, those who were extorting money, those who were using other ways to get the PDM people receive the money, were arrested. It's on record that they were arrested. I have also stood firm on advocacy for land. I have held baraza in Arapai Temele, where government land, that is the land that was allocated for a huge referral hospital. I have held a baraza there where there were some people who were coming to grab that land. And I held a baraza at Temele, and up to date I can assure you, I took it up to Parliament, and that land has been secured for government programs. I have also held an oversight role. One of the recent ones was at Public Gardens, where I held a baraza when the issue of the building control bill came on board. I needed to consult my people on the building control taxes that are being laid on board, and I got their views. This is something I have championed, and I have to come on ground to get information from my people and take back to Parliament. I have held an oversight at Soroti Regional Referral Hospital, and one of the nurses was actually put to books when there was the issue of sale of blood. There was selling of blood at the Regional Referral Hospital. I took it up, did an oversight, and I am quite very sure that up to date, there is nobody who is selling blood. Just a minute, there is one issue.
Thank you. Time is up for that. But I have another question, because they were telling us what you have, the oversight you did. When you look at the state of Soroti State Council, how do you plan to do effective oversight to have better service delivery at Soroti State Council?
Thank you very much. And I must appreciate you for this question. How I plan to do oversight, that is in the next 5 years. And it is a continuous process. I have done oversight on roads. As we speak, I am the chairperson of the Roads Committee in Soroti City. And we have done oversight on roads. One of the notable ones is a Jenna Road, which was constructed, and I followed it up. We have made sure it is into completion. I also plan to do oversight. That issue of Morapesul Primary School land came up of recent, and I followed it up with the Baraza also to do an oversight. And that is particularly in the city. I plan to follow up the Morapesul Primary School land to ensure that the school regains back its land so that we use it for the development of the city.
Yes, those are follow-ups, very beautiful, but there's a word effective, for us to get effective service delivery.
For us to get effective service delivery is to ensure that we increase our tax base. Local revenue in Soroti has been used in a wrong way, and I am following up, and I will still follow up. If we reduce the lost revenue in Soroti City, then we shall have good local revenue which we can use for other effective developments. We have tendering services in Soroti City, and that is where we can effectively follow up to ensure that we do not lose money. I want to give you a scenario, if time allows.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me get to candidate Sarah Inachu. Candidate Sarah, Soroti City has a number of issues which require you as a member of parliament, if elected, to follow up so that we have effective service delivery, to supervise. And the member of parliament is an ex-officio in council. How do you plan to be more effective, maybe better than what Joanna Lobo has done in oversight?
Thank you very much. Mandatory MPs monitor government activities, including the use of public funds, and demand accountability from the executive through questioning the respective people. For example, even ministers, they even have a right to summon officials to committee, ensuring that transparency is demonstrated. So if I'm given the mandate as a member of parliament, Soroti City, my oversight role so much will be focused on supervision. Aware that there are very many government programs that are geared towards improvement of the local people. But how are those programs supervised? Are we sure that those projects reach the intended groups of people in the community? So my role will be to supervise and ensure that those projects reach the grassroots people and they benefit from the government programs. I will also try to ensure that there is implementation. Very many times we have had issues where the executive and the MP clash over mishandlement of money because of corruption. There is lack of implementation of intended funds meant to benefit the local people. But as a transparent member of parliament, I will make it incumbent upon me to ensure that there is truly implementation of projects and benefits.
And that's the question. How? That's the question now. How will you ensure?
Through follow-ups, following up to the grassroots and assessing whether those projects have reached the grassroots beneficiary from the ground. I can give you a scenario of very many government programs that even the ears of Soroti City do not know about. Ask an ordinary woman about a program called WHIP. They don't know about it, they're not knowledgeable. Just because there is no one to sensitize them about such programs that benefit them and make their livelihood transform.
Thank you. Now, we are left with about only 2 sessions to call it. We have the questions that will come from the audience. And write your question on a paper and your name. We shall vet the questions before they are asked. So write your question and take it to that table. Yeah, that is the rule. You either accept the rule, you have no choice. We shall vet the questions. If you write a personal question, abusive questions, we shall vet the questions. Write and present it to that table. But for now, I will start with, yes, you have the microphone, candidate Sarah Inachu. Any question you have for your colleague, any of your colleagues, you have the right to ask only one person. One question. Okay, you can ask 2 questions. Let's increase the number to 2. If you have no question, then you pass the microphone to the next person. Candidate Joanna Lobo, any question you're going to ask?
Thank you very much, Bwana Moderator. You said 2 questions at least. One question is to all my sisters. How are you ready to support me when I am elected the next woman member of parliament in Soroti City? Then the second one, given that our local revenue has been submerged with the tendering services where people have been awarded contracts even when they have defaulted in the previous year, which has created a gap in the local revenue and funding from government. How has my sister, the Speaker of Soroti City Council, managed to close the gap from the tendering services that have defaulted in the last previous years to ensure that we realize our local revenue in Soroti City?
Okay, thank you. Note down the questions. Candidate Sheila, any question?
I thank you very much. Once the moderator, he said we asked 2 questions. My question number 1 is, to my sisters, you know, we are all in the race. How would you imagine if tomorrow I made it as the woman member of parliament for Soroti City? Would you all support me? The second question is, previously I was in Soroti Municipal Council. How best are we going to manage in terms of revenue collection? How are we going to manage to generate enough revenue such that our city is developed? because I am aware that there is already a gap in local revenue raising.
Candidate Sheila, you know clearly you are a deputy speaker that the question you're asking is for mayoral candidate, not a woman MP candidate.
No, a woman member, I beg your pardon, moderator.
The question you're asking needs us to call Paul Romero who's in the audience to answer. Not for a woman MP candidate.
No, I want to respond on that. I was in council, a woman member of parliament is an ex-official in council.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you know what ex-officials are. The question you're asking is for mayoral candidate, not a woman MP candidate.
Okay, then let's go with the first question.
All right.
But I beg to really insist on local revenue, because local revenue is, we generate local revenue through our people paying taxes. So that's the reason as to why I was asking that question. But since you've insisted, I rest my case. I thank you very much.
Priscilla, candidate, any question further of your colleagues?
Thank you. My question goes to the incumbent. I would like to first...
A little louder.
I said, thank you. My question goes to the incumbent. I would firstly like to thank her for serving us all these 5 years. But I just have one question, which is, in 2021, when she went for office, the teenage pregnancy rates were at 26%. But now, 2025, the report shows our teenage pregnancy rate is at 31%. So you asked us that if you were given another opportunity to be in office, how best would we support you? That's why I also want to know, how best would you bring down the rate of teenage pregnancies while in office for another term? Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Sarah, maybe you have now made up your mind to ask a question.
Thank you very much. I'll only ask one question to all my sisters, and that one is geared towards the Soroti City agenda. If one of you is given the mandate to be the woman member of parliament, Soroti City 2026, how best can you revamp the status of Soroti City to suit in the city status, to replicate its definition as a city? Which strategies will you have?
All right, thank you. Candidate Joanna Robo, let's have your responses. You have 3 minutes to respond.
I've not asked.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you very much, moderator. I want to ask my sister, who is our woman member of parliament. In 2021, when you were campaigning, you did tell the population, you did tell the people of Soroti City, that when you elect me into office, I am going to make sure that the 18% taxes charged in water bills will be scrapped. How far have you gone with that issue? Secondly, you have bought for us water bowser, you have bought for us tents and chairs. We appreciate you so much for that. May I know from you, are those things having or written in the name of the constituency, or they hold your name? Because when you buy for someone something, that something has to belong to that person. Does the water bowser and the chairs and the tents, does it read that this is for the people of Soroti City? I thank you.
Thank you. Let's have the responses.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the questions, colleagues, and I appreciate the questions. One of them is how best would I bring down the teenage pregnancy in Soroti City. Teenage pregnancy is an overall situation that is affecting the whole Uganda. It's not only Soroti City. As a woman MP, I have held engagements with parents, most especially when children come back from school. I take an initiative to meet the parents, talk to the young girls, advise them and encourage them to stay in school and get some role models to speak to them. And issue about teenage pregnancy is a collective effort, and I believe both Joan Alobo and we, the parents, can take up the initiative to ensure that we talk to our girls and boys to avoid getting involved in the sexual activity before the time. Our city status. I want to take us back to the history of Soroti. When you look at Soroti City now, back in the 1986, look at the trends that we have moved in. I want to categorically state that we are progressing very much well, and I believe in the next 5 to 10 years, Soroti City will be in another level. Soroti City status, we can have Soroti City get to a better level when you help, when the City Council, together with the members of Parliament, come in line to ensure that we contribute together. What we collect in Soroti City will determine what we are given by government. And we must ensure that I will advocate for more funding for Soroti City and not only cities. We as the city MPs met and agreed on advocacy to ensure that government increases the city funds vis-a-vis the lowest revenue we are collecting. Given my expertise, we first of all need to manage that we get a city physical development plan, which I, for one, as a physical planner, together with the city clerk, have sat down and agreed to come up with a physical development plan if we are to progress as a city.
1 minute.
Issues
yes,
about
1 minute. Summarize
national
your
water,
answers.
18%. This is a legislative move which we have managed to talk. We have raised this on the floor of Parliament. And the issue of tax in water, the issue of 18% is underway discussion. And I believe that it will be scrapped off or reduced. I also want to ensure us that when it comes to water, I also want to assure us, the people of Soroti City, that I managed together with my team and with the knowledge I had in national water, because I have been in national water as a surveyor, I've managed to add another tank of water, 2 of them in Soroti City. And we have brought pumps that will be able to bring water.
Thank you, but maybe for clarity, how did you manage to get the tanks?
By lobbying and follow-up to ensure that I have visited the Ministry of Water. I visited the MD's office, National Water Head Office, as an OG to National Water. Okay. I told them the challenges we have at Soroti City, especially in the dry season. So they have managed to add us more pumps, more tanks that will be able to supply water sustainably in Soroti City.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I have one more question.
Thank you, time, please. You had 3 minutes to respond. I know there are many, we still have more questions here, but time. Honorable Sarah, responses to the questions they asked.
I will only respond to the one of Honorable Joan. She said that in case she's given the mandate, in case she's given another chance as a woman member of Parliament, that is her right to ask that question. But of course, aware that seasons and times change, and as I've always categorically highlighted that it's divine and leaders are chosen by God. if it's true and if it's the will of the people and God that she's chosen back as a member of parliament, my work will just to keep reminding her of some roles that she should really deliberate, because aware that there are a number of gaps in Soroti City. The number of gaps that surely should be bridged. We have highlighted health sector, we have highlighted education level, the garbage, the garbage system in Soroti is so alarming and shaming. The streets are not organized. There's a problem with street lighting that is increasing high rate of insecurity. Really, we have a lot of challenges that have not been addressed. My simple work is to keep reminding her and work together with her as a sister. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Candidate Juliet Agonyo.
Thank you very much. I want to start with the question that my sister, Honorable Inachu, asked. That if given the mandate, how will you do things to make sure that the Soroti City regains its glory? First of all, I want to inform the audience that government, when we were given city status, government did promise that all the cities get a startup capital of 5 billion. Members, up to today, government has never given us the 5 billion. So I am going to be one of those who is going to raise this in the floor of parliament to ask government to give the cities the 5 billion for development. And then secondly, I was asked by the Honorable Joan about the local revenue. Members, our audience, I want to inform us that for us as Soroti City, we are at the center. But the division are the collection centers. All local revenues is collected at the divisions. All certificates of compliance are given at the division. So meaning, if there is any leakage, if there is any connivance, if there is anything to do with the not being honest, it should be the divisions. Because the division is supposed to give us a full detail of the contractor, the performance, how the person has performed. It's supposed to give to the procurement, such that such a person is terminated, the contract is not given to such people. But if the divisions keep issuing good certificates of compliance, which means the city cannot go ahead to terminate anybody who is holding a very good certificate. So my sister, it is the divisions that are collection centers, and they are the ones who
you have 1 more minute.
Revenue. So I beg to rest my case there. Thank you.
That's the only response. Well, thank you. Candidate Sheila. Any responses to the questions your colleagues asked?
I would want to respond to the question my colleague, Honorable Sarah Inacho, asked. I would want to re-echo my voice and say that Soroti City is faced with a number of challenges that are cited out, my sister had cited out earlier on, but I would want to focus more on the young people and the street kids. What would I mean to say here? The street kids are actually loitering in Soroti City. That's one of the issues that would need to address urgently if given the mandate to go to parliament, by putting them in a rehabilitation center. I would also want to focus on women empowerment. Women would be advocated, I would advocate that we support them by giving them seed capital or money into their circles, such that they can borrow from these circles, and at the end of the day, their families are bettered. I would also want to talk about the infrastructure. All of you would bear with me that Soroti City, in terms of infrastructure, is lagging behind, especially the roads. Our roads in the peri-urban areas, if you talk of Agama, Aloet, Opuyo, or Tatai, the roads are in a very bad state. I would want to ensure that if given the mandate to represent Soroti City in Parliament, such issues of the roads will be addressed. I beg to submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Candidate Priscilla.
Thank you. I believe that if I were given the mandate for woman MP Soroti City, I would be able to work with the city council and also the local the city councillors and also the LC1s and LC2s to ensure that resources are well allocated and distributed in the entire city. I have been doing campaigns and I've been moving door to door, and I noticed a lot of things that I was wondering how the resources are allocated and distributed in the city. Because when you go to places like OPI, they don't have roads that lead to various places. So that would mean me working with the various stakeholders to achieve the development of the city. I think for now, let me just say that only. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We now get to the questions from the audience and online.
Thank you, my colleague. I want to start with the questions online. There is a question coming in from Teso Vibes, and it goes to Honorable Lobo. It is from Omoding Michael. How will you handle the issues of water crisis in Soroti? Then there is another question directed to you from Memoria TV by Beatrice Okedi. It's asking, how will you fight corruption in Soroti City? Those are questions from the online. And then we have questions that have come in from the audience. This one is going to Honorable Agonyo Juliet. It's from Obilengji. How are you going to address the increase of local revenue, because local revenue in Soroti City keeps dropping down year in, year out? Some of the city councillors are tenderers. Why do you award contracts to yourself? Then we have another question coming from Ebongo Isaac. It goes to Honorable Lobo. You will just be taking notes so that you respond once. How have you improved on health while you have been in Parliament? This one also is going to Honorable Lobo. It seems you have a lot of audience tonight. How do you intend to support education in Soroti? It comes from Nambuya Sharon. And then we have a question here going to Honorable Inachu Sarah. How are you going to support the youth if you go through? This question is from Okelo Daniel. What achievements have you done while in Parliament? This one to Honorable Lobo. And then the last question for now is coming from Ewech Juma Paul. It goes to Honorable Lobo still. How will you handle the issues of sustainable clean water supply in Soroti City? Those are some of the questions that we have received, and would request, since Honorable Lobo had so many questions directed to her, maybe we could start over from you so that you don't forget some of those questions. Honorable, please.
Thank you very much for the wonderful questions. I want to thank the audience for this. How will you handle the issue of water crisis in Soroti City? The issue of water crisis is already being handled. Just like I said, we received 2 big modern new pumps that are in Awoja currently. I personally took the initiative to look at them. And the 2 more big tanks at the mountain, we can all see them. That is all engineered to a water crisis. The water crisis we are facing currently is because we are using 1 pump, and the pump, the trenching is ongoing. And this must obviously be followed by a water interruption. And as a leader, I am following it up with the national water community, being an OG. The 2 pumps will make us have water flow overnight
24 hours a day.
Okay, thank you.
How will you?
Next question.
How will you fight corruption in Soroti City? Corruption is a big animal that is eating all of us. I have, through my leadership in the last 5 years, tried my level best. When I entered Soroti City in 2021, I followed up the issue of where money is going in Soroti City. I realized the money that comes to Soroti City, if it is to be put in the activity, out of 100%, 80% is being used for other things, possibly eaten, and only 20% is put in the activities. I want to assure you that every money we have received in Soroti City from 2021, being part of the chairperson of the roads committee and many others, and also being an ex-official, I have managed to follow up who is eating this money. I personally wrote to the town clerk several times, and as we speak, if you're to follow up, when we receive 1 billion, at least 1% is being eaten, 99% is being put to activity.
Have you been able to recover any?
The Auditor General and the IGG is following up some of those things because they managed to get some criminals who are eating money that is being sent by government.
Okay,
that report is with the IGG. I don't want to discuss it here.
Thank you.
How do you intend to support education in Soroti City? Wow. I just cleared out some of the support. I don't know whether this is personal support or lobbying from government, but on the bit of lobbying, I have managed to lobby from some of our schools where I said Pioneer Soroti SS will be receiving 2 billion anytime from today for a facelift. We have managed to bring for lawyers, them and many others are coming. Also, not forgetting Teso College. We, by the way, have a modern swimming pool in Teso College that is going to cover the whole East Africa in this after it is done. But also on the personal initiative, I have managed to get some scholarships for some of our hardly children who are not able to pay school fees. And from senior 1 to senior 4, I have a total of 382. And from senior 5 to senior 6, I have a total of 98. And from university, I have 2 scholarship universities that have offered me a scholarship. That is St. Lawrence and St. Peter's, and we have 141 children in that university. Achievements I have done since Parliament are so many. The people down can talk about it. We have given a lot of mama kits. We have given money to groups as seed capital, and the groups have been able to start up from there.
Okay, let's move to Honorable Sarah Inachu.
Thank you very much for that question that has been projected to me about the youth. As you all realize that if you look at the demographics of Ugandan population today, the youth of Uganda comprise of a percentage of about 70%. It's a clear indication that they usually are the backbone of productivity if Uganda is fully utilized and put their energy into production. But it's so unfortunate that today the young people of Uganda, and particularly Soroti, are suffering from the problem of unemployment. And therefore, Sarah Inachu, if given the mandate to serve you people, my beloved people, as a woman member of Parliament, come 2026, which I'm very optimistic about. Among the key issues that I'll put online will be the issue of curbing down unemployment through launching some of the projects like maybe Sarah Skilling Fund to support the youth with vocational empowerment and skills. We can put on board skills like technical schools that will help them
I could give a scenario where I was in Kichinjaji and I was interacting with the youth. When I came one-on-one with them, they requested me to open for them a washing bay. And I've come to realize that surely when our young people are empowered with vocational skills and opportunities that make a fruitful turnaround of life, surely they can be very, very productive Ugandans. Another one is lobbying for factories. I've always put on board that Soroti City has vast and numerous raw materials. Among them are these water bodies we see around. Among them is land. At one point, I re-echoed that, why can't we lobby for Awoja mineral water? Because I see others have Renzori mineral water, Elgon mineral water. Why not Awoja mineral water that also have the refined mineral water to boost up business and employing our youth? Because categorically, from all processes of packing, marketing, branding, that needs manpower that can be got from our youth. Talk of soap making machines. If you empower the youth with such skills, they'll be able to make soap and sell in our local markets, maybe in supermarkets, and will be able surely to create tangible impact, and a lasting generation gap will be bridged, and in a way we shall be empowering our youth.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Sarah. The next question is coming to you, Honorable Agonyo.
Thank you very much. The question which I was asked is the question of the increase of local revenue. And someone identified and said that some councillors are doing tenders.
Yeah.
Allow me say that the issue of tenders, there is a process, that is a procurement process. And within the guidelines, there is nowhere where it is written that this category of people should not apply. All these tenders are given through processes. And if you're a councillor, if you are a councillor and you have a company which is active, which has got a good record in regards to payments of revenue to government, which means you qualify to get the what? The contract. But now there is automation of revenue. The government introduced a system whereby all the revenues go direct to the system. Officers no longer receive cash at source, but it is you, the owner of the tender, you who is doing a business, a trader, you get a number, a TIN, a PRO number, a PRN number, and then you go to the system, you pay the money direct, it goes to Kampala to the consolidated account. And that is how our revenue has been managed.
Thank you so much. I think we've exhausted the question. Okay, thank you so much. Our audience will request that we continue listening in. Let me pass the microphone to my colleague.
Thank you so much, candidates. Thank you so much, Honorable Priscilla. Thank you so much, Honorable Mulo. Thank you so much, Honorable Juliet Agonyo. Thank you so much, Honorable Sarah Inachu. Thank you so much, Honorable Joanna Robo. I think the candidates have fared well. We need to clap for them. Let's clap for our candidates. Thank you so much. For now, we'll hand over to the MC to give us the next issues.
Are we together? Are we happy? Thank you. You all look remarkably beautiful. Let's give a round of applause for this senior, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, go slow. Are we want to say 2 or 3 things. Number 1, thank you very much for being patient. Number 2, to the very noble women behind me, you have been very good. The division is certainly at Soroti City. They will decide. I want to say thank you to all of you who came through. May God bless you abundantly. I also want to say thank you to TESO journalists for community empowerment. TESO Vibes, NBS TV, NTV, Uganda Radio Network, Breakers FM, TESO News Network, Voice of TESO, TBS, ECOP TV, Emeria TV, TESO Lens, Nova Promotions, Jokea TV, TESO Spear, TESO Invested Unit, TESO TV, Econ TV, Mr. Beke, and then Aperture TV, and certainly Virgin Queen, myself. Now, I want to say this. The judgment is in your hands as a city. Hold on. 2. The government of Soroti City is in our hands. Either we are there or not there. But are here to say we shall come and be with you. I also want to say thank you to Rhino Camp for hosting us. I also want to say thank you to all of them because they came through. Very important to note that Wednesday we shall be having the Member of Parliament, Soroti City East. Friday, we shall be doing Members of Parliament, Soroti City West. However, are we together? If we make this a rally, we shall miss something. We shall miss the information. Like said earlier on, that Soroti City is no longer about color, but who will propel Soroti City into development. And finally, the ambulance will make noise for a poor man and a rich man the same level. You understand? If you mess it up, it will be whoa, whoa, whoa. If you mess up, it's a whoa, whoa. So, it is in your hands. We love you so very much. God bless you. See you when you can't avoid us. We are going to ask the very honorable ladies to stand up. We want to have a photo moment right about here. Meanwhile, politics, just a moment. I want to say thank you to my moderators here. The man against women, he's feeling cold when the women are next to him. I wonder why. This is so not nice. So, hold on, Palasiber. We are saying that today is a universal suffrage era, but tomorrow we are brothers and what? Sisters. Don't forget that. Don't take it too personal. Can we disagree logically and principally? And the world is ours for God of my country. Kodak moments here. Let's come up for moments. My members, please come through. Over here.